It's important to create a certain kind of culture. I think jazz improvisation offers perhaps one of the best examples of a perfect learning culture I could imagine. I want to nurture each other, create an environment of yes, to bring out the best in each other. And the questions that guide my interests, guide my inquiry, have to do with learning and execution. Usually we think we get all our learning done, get our experimenting, get all our errors out of the way, learn as much as we can, and then we perform. Get all our learning done, and then we execute. So the execution is close to perfect. But the question I'm interested in, is it possible to be learning and implementing, or learning and executing simultaneously? Is it possible to be learning and doing, especially in public, at the same time? Because that's what jazz players are doing all the time. Jazz players are radically open when it's working right. And again, there's no guarantee it's always going to work. So the question is it possible to think about an organization where we distribute leadership and foster collaboration in the face of the unknown? Because there's no guarantee of outcome. It's be on the perpetual edge of the unknown and publicly committing yourself to action. So that's why I think jazz band's a great prototype for a learning system. Learning while doing, and there are conditions for collaborative exploration. Well, I take a minute and read this question and ask people to think about a time you're thrown in over your head where you had to take action even though you weren't prepared, even though you didn't feel like you were the right person. You didn't have the skills necessary. You didn't know for sure what was going on, but you were the best one available and you had to take action. And something good came of it. And usually I ask people to think about that and I say, what did it feel like? And they say, I was terrified, or I was excited, or oh my God, I've never been so wide awake in my life. What's interesting about that is, how would you like this to be your job description? Because this is what jazz players do all the time. This is our job description. We deliberately throw ourselves in over our heads just to see if we can get out of it. Isn't that interesting? That's what makes it such a fascinating. I say that because when jazz musicians are improvising, we're working with the method of pyramids. Right? We're discovering, we're learning as we go. We create the world we later discover is real. And we're creating it through our musical utterances. And organizations are like that too.